going to find many attorneys that are deserving of a Mensch award, but that's one of them right there. Well, it's kind of true. Except for your son-in-law. Okay, never mind. All right. Jim impacted my life when he brought a guy named Kurt Lowens to the temple line. He changed several lives here. When we met Kurt, who had saved a couple of American pilots by burying them in a bale of hay on a Dutch farm when he was a teenager, and we saw the rabbi say to Kurt when he was standing on that stage up there, turn around, and from the wings came the grandchildren of one of that pilot who owe their existence to Kurt. But when you look deeper into what Jim does, Jim, he could turn on TV many nights, and Jim's there defending someone harsh as a defender of very harsh crimes. But I found out that Jim actually infused empathy into the judicial code by arguing a case all the way to the Supreme Court. And this is a case of a bereaved man who was a desperate man, a Syrian man. They're all bereaved and desperate. Okay. Spoken like a true attorney. And anyway, here's to Jim.
He was also a member of the Jewish War Veterans. So I'd like to say a few words. Jim, you've been an amazing friend, a devoted and loyal follower, and true blue. And I want you to know how much that means to me personally and how much it's meant to the temple. When you entered into your 11th year as president, everyone said, what is this? What kind of temple is this? And one guy is president for all those years. But that was a difficult time in our temple's history where we had to navigate through a lot of different crises. And Jim was there throughout and devoted and steadfast and everything that his upbringing has brought him to. Now, I can say I don't know a lot of Jews who come from Puxatawney, Pennsylvania. Now, if you know where Puxatawney is, that's where the groundhog, what's his name? Phil the groundhog, I didn't know you had a name. Phil the groundhog appears to tell us how much time we have, but there actually were a few Jews in Puxatawney, and very few, and Jim was among them, and he had to defend himself against some people who were very anti-Semitic and didn't like Jewish people, and Jim did, and he's really true and devoted in every sense of the word, and really a mensch for all seasons, as Stephen likes to say. Mazel tov, Jim, on this award. And I'm going to turn it over to Brian to share.
When I was first approached to be president, I said to my wife, we have a wonderful president now, and I don't know that I can even make an attempt to fill his shoes. But Jim then told me that he's fed up and he's not going to do it anymore. And therefore, I went to my wife and asked her what she thought, and we talked about pluses and negatives, and she finally looked at me and she said, well, it'll look good in your orbit. And since that time, I've been under the counsel of Jim, and we've been forging ahead trying to solve new problems and work out wonderful things here at the theater and with our membership. And Jim, thank you for your help.
Thank you, all of you, very much. It's a pleasure and an honor for me to be here today. Stephen, thank you again. I tried to convince you that I didn't deserve this, but you hounded me.
Those who say they do deserve it twice a year.
All right, thank you so much. And, being here today with this award and some of the other awardees, Alicia, you've helped me so many times with your voice through some difficult times. Sharon, you're the foundation of this musical empire, all right. And Cantor, Nathan, when I had trouble losing my voice after COVID, you brought me back and continued my profession, and I'm eternally grateful for that. And of course, Rabbi Barron, we've been through many difficult times together. We fought together, argued together, but we came through some amazing times, and very successfully. And you look at this temple now from where we were, where we're going, this is truly an historical and an amazing place. And I'm very proud to be part of it. You know, I thought about the word Mensch also, and what it means. And it means many things. Good character, caring, compassion, honesty. But in this day and age, with what we're facing, and I use the word Mensch for men and women, because there's so many women that have courage and strength and honor. And my mother was one of them. And I'm sure there are many of you here today. And so when we use that word Mensch, we have to think of our better halves, the women in our lives. But when I look at it and what we're going to face now, and the anti-Semitism that is growing, and the dangers that we're going to face, we have to have a resolve, a courage. I thought of this song as I was coming in by Tom Petty, these lyrics. I know what's right, I just have one life. I'm going to stand my ground, and I'm never going to give up. So right now, we have to have resolve. We shouldn't be afraid. We should be determined. We're not going to be replaced. Thank you.
I'd like to thank Rabbi Barron for putting his arms around me all these years and doing the Mensch Awards here. And thank you all for being here today. And Renee, I know you're going to be 100 soon, but I'm waiting for 120 bis 120. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. Stephen Geiger, the Mensch Awards. Thank you, Stephen. We'll do that after because we're going to move on to the next part of the service. Yeah. So, that's why